Here we want to given these function coach of x and sinh of x, and we want to find whether these functions are even or odd. So first of all, what we need to find what's an even function and what's an odd function. The function can be even when of negative x is equal to of x. An odd function when it is of negative of x is negative of x. So we'll start with part 1. So of x here is just coach of x, and of minus x gonna be coach of minus x. Now this coach minus x can be written as, remember first, coach of x is e to the x plus e to negative x and then all over 2. Now to find the term coach of negative x, we're just gonna black x equal to minus x. And here what we have is, notice these multiplied negative signs. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip these. So I'm gonna bring e to the x first and then plus e to negative x. This is the same as coach of x. So this is again the same as coach of x. So what we find is of x is equal to f negative of x. Therefore, the function cosine is an even function. Now let's assume we did not choose to try if it's even function first. Let's assume we try it's an odd function first. Let's see what's gonna happen in here. So first we have, this is the definition of an odd function. So this term of negative x, we already found it. So it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be coach of x. And then we need now to find negative of x. Negative of x is just negative coach of x. And then what we notice that these two functions are not equal. And we can also go further to the definition of coach of x. Definition of negative coach of x is going to be negative to the whole term, e to the x plus e negative x and all over 2. Now we can bring the negative into the parentheses. That can result in negative ex and negative e to the negative x. These are not the same. Therefore, this function is not an odd function. For number 2, what we want to find is, we want to know is sinh function is an odd or even function. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna try if it's an odd function. So this is the definition of an odd function. First, we need to find this first term, the f of negative x, that is sinh of negative x. Negative. Remember that sinh of x is e to the x negative e to the negative x over 2. So now we want to find sinh of negative x. So remember these negative signs here. Here we have 2 multiplied signs, negative signs, therefore it's gonna be positive. Now I'm not gonna flip them, so these are in correct order. So this is the resulting of sinh negative x. Now I want to find the other term, which is negative of x, which is negative sinh of x. So I want to use the definition of the sinh to find out whether that is the same as the first term. So negative sinh of x is gonna be negative to the definition of the sinh function. And then I'm gonna multiply the negative sign to what's inside the parentheses. And I'm gonna flip the order of e, negative x, and negative e to the x. Now what we notice that of x, the function f negative x is e to the negative x minus e to the x over 2. And the negative of x is e to the negative x negative e to the x over 2. And we notice these two terms are the same. So this is an odd function. Here we can see the graph of Cosh of x. When we reflect it over the y-axis, it's uneven, so they mirror each other. And in the sinh, we can reflect it on the y and then the x, and they will mirror each other.